Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight. This is the home of unfiltered conversations where real talk is what we do. I am none other than Dr. Donna Thompson.
I'm Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and together we are your moderators. What's happening, Dr. Donna?
Oh, nothing much, Dr. Laxley. Other than it's a Monday and we are back.
So nothing on guan? Is that what you're saying? Nothing on guan?
We just celebrated Thanksgiving. So we had a nice little break there. So other than that, back to the beginning of the week and back to doing things and working and making things happen.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. It's a time to give thanks, to be grateful and spend time with friends, family, get together. Yeah. What did you do?
But you know what I like about I think from my household, we tend to spend Thanksgiving a little bit different than the traditional way, right? Is we cook, of course, we make meals and stuff like that, but we tend to share our meals with others outside of our household, not necessarily our family, whether it's your neighbor or just individuals who don't have, we try to provide meals for them during Thanksgiving. So so it's a little bit different for us, but still, nevertheless, we still enjoy the whole thing of preparing and giving, right? A time to share is what we do.
And I think that's what it's all about, and that's what we do here at A Collision with Purpose, the movement. Because it is a movement, right?
Yeah.
It's a movement, and it's a movement to empower, to lift people up, to go in there into the belly of things and just make a difference in the lives of those who maybe are not as fortunate in some ways as others, but to just make a difference where we can. And that's what the Collision with Purpose is all about. So, and of course, that's what your Thanksgiving is about. You always say that it's another Monday and it's on us so fast. Like time is moving.
It's just that we're busy. We're busy doing great things and making things happen.
Yeah, we're busy, but our busyness is not just about being busy. It's about being busy in a purposeful way, where we're really focused, we're intentional, and we're seeking out opportunities to make a difference wherever it's needed and wherever we can. So that's the type of business that we like, not just busy to be busy, but
Right.
busy in an intentional way where there's some alignment with our behavior, with our actions, and with the work we say we're here to do. Right? So,
Yeah.
talking about the work we're here to do, I'm going to play a video. And because you're such a great explainer, you know how to explain things well so others can see and understand. I'm going to play this video and please talk through it like you always do. Okay.
Okay. I'll do my best. All right. So I definitely would like to tell everyone that our great event that's coming up on February 22nd, Collision with Purpose, the colloquium, it's going to be a night of really, like we have on the screen here, self-discovery and personal growth, right? So it's going to be an evening of entertainment. We'll be able to honor individuals in our community that's working, doing, humanitarian work within their community. And we get the opportunity to recognize those individuals and honor them. You'll have an evening of networking where you'll be able to connect with like-minded individuals. And even if, you're a little bit unsure of your purpose or where you should be in the room, be in this theater on February 22nd, because I guarantee you that you will rediscover yourself. And I guess I'm using rediscover, right? Because sometimes we think we know ourselves and we're so sure about ourselves. But at this particular event, you're going to unearth something different about yourself and find that, you can do so much more in your community. So once again, February 22nd, 2025, the doors are open at 5 p.m. The event begins at 6 p.m. But come on in at 5 p.m. so you can, network with individuals and just kind of, mingle with everyone that will be there before the event begins. Tickets are on sale for $60. Those are the early bird special tickets. So you want to go ahead and grab your tickets while they are on sale. And of course, when you purchase your tickets, you will receive a signed copy of Dr. Stephenson, Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose. And this is a powerhouse book. Not only that you want to be in the event, but you want to be there and get a copy of this book because it is a very, very powerful book. There is so much inspiration in this book, motivation in the book. I encourage everyone, pre-order your books now, come to the event so you can be a part of what will take place on February 22nd, because anywhere you turn in this particular book, you're going to find something that resonate with you and speak with you for that moment and time that you're opening this book. It's not necessarily one of those books that you're going to read from the beginning to the end, right? You can, of course, I encourage you to do it once you have your copy, read from the beginning to the end, but it's one of those things that you're going to want to have with you every day because it's going to help you to get through your days. So definitely come on out, join us so that you can also get a copy of the book. Actually, a signed copy of the book. If you pre-order, you may not get a signed copy, but if you do come to the event, you will get a signed copy and you do get to meet the author of this book.
Thank you, Dr. Donna. Just, I posted the link for the event and to purchase the book. Now, if you purchase a ticket, you do get a copy of the book with that $6, right? And that's an early bird special. We're going to be changing that real soon, and it will be another price. We have not decided what the price will be yet, but that's coming soon. That price change is coming real soon. One thing about Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose, it's not just there to inspire you, but it's giving you directions as well, what you need to do to deal with the issues and challenges that you're facing. So it's one of those kind of book. It's going to inspire. It's going to, give you advise, but it's also going to show you how to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
It's also it's one of those kind of book that is so complete. It's so complete. So go out there, get it. You know, each time I read a chapter or something in this book, I'm learning something new. I'm learning something new, you know? So anyway, get the book. Let's make it happen. So Donna, what else is going on? You know, did you talk about scholarships, about people we're honoring? Right now you have us honoring 14 individuals from all across the globe, right? And
Yeah.
we will be presenting a Collision with Purpose, you know, Keystone Award for service in the community, and that's a big deal. We're also giving out scholarships to students, and by the way, students attend our event, like all of our events, for free. But we will be giving students, some students, not all, maybe about 6, 7, or 8 scholarships, something like that, right? We'll be giving away scholarships to students who are in attendance. It is a requirement. The students must be in attendance, right?
Yes.
To receive a scholarship. So again, we're also looking for sponsors to sponsor some of these scholarships. You know, that's mainly why we need sponsorship, is for the scholarship. So if you're out there watching us, listening to us, then that's a great way to support our students. Sponsor a student with a scholarship. No better way to serve, right? So I think that's enough for our colloquium. Enough for now. Tickets are on sale. The price for the tickets about to go up. The early bird thing is one more week of early bird price.
One more week.
And then we're moving it to the regular price. So get your at $60. It's a bargain. It's a deal. You get a signed copy of the book. What else can you ask for? It's all there. And we'll be having entertainment. We'll be having music. We'll be having some poetry. We'll be having an amazing singer who will be doing a few powerful songs. We'll have a saxophone player, guitar player, and we'll have students participating as well, you know, sharing their talents. So it's not just a night of speech, of talking about purpose. It's a night of performing and showing your stuff and entertainment, all kinds of stuff. So let's move to what else is happening. What else is on the, what else are we looking at doing in 2025?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so 2025, of course, we have the 2 anthology that we're working on. That's coming up in 2025, of course. And we are also, you know, working on actually, do we want to say it, or academy that we're looking at launching?
Yeah, man, there's so much going on. We're looking at the academy. Yes. We're also going to Kenya in January. So we're doing 2 anthologies, right? Shadows Within and Becoming Iron. And we'll be sharing more information about both of them at the colloquium when we'll really kick it off, right? And yeah, the academy is something that is so special to you, to me. So we're taking our time building out the curriculum, the coursework, so we make sure we get it right. And then we'll be looking at how we can get accreditation and all that good stuff. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. We're also looking at a Collision with Purpose Foundation, where we'll be doing some amazing work there. In fact, most of our, if not all of our scholarships will be going through, or give back, I should say, give back efforts will be going through a Collision with Purpose Foundation. So it's so much going on. It's a lot.
Yep. But it's good work. It's a lot, but it's good work.
It's good. No wonder Mondays come so fast. Because we're busy, you know. But we do have a guest tonight. And she's backstage waiting to come on. So, but before we bring her on, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we'll bring her on.
I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. Yeah, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
Dr. Donna is a bold grown-up kid.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to be.
You're grown up, aren't you?
I don't want to be grown up. I'm tired of this grown up life. I'm just gonna go back to being a bold kid. How about
You know, I am feeling the same way. Who wants to be a grown-up kid? Right? Let's be a bold kid. You know, we had a photo shoot for my grandchildren on, was it yesterday? Yeah. And you should have seen, you know, they were out there playing, rolling in the cold. It was so cold, but they was out there in the grass rolling. I said, man, it's awesome to be a bold kid. You know, just having fun. Nothing can stop you. No fear, no doubts, nothing.
right?
We need to not necessarily get back to being that kid, but we need to get back to being bold, where we fear not.
Yes. Yeah.
And we live within our curious self, where we're always, you know, seeking to understand, to grow, to evolve, to learn, to do all those important things that too many of us are not doing, right?
Look, yeah.
Yeah, so let's get back to that. Let's make a commitment. If you're watching us tonight, welcome to In the Spotlight, the home of unfiltered, raw. We leave nothing on the table. That's what we do here. So be bold, be courageous, be, what's the other word? Curious.
Curious.
Let's bring her on. Wow.
All right. So
she's not on the screen. Something happened. I don't see her backstage.
I don't see her. I saw her on the screen before.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit more. Yeah. What happened? She's somewhere else. She switched screen on you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And she's coming back. It's now we have two of her. You're gonna have to bring her on 2 times.
She's been a bold kid.
Yeah, no, she's been bold. Coming on.
She's definitely bold. She's logging on. Yeah, she's back on.
She's logging on. Okay, it's all good. We live, things happen, and we're good with that, right? We're good with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
but
let me, before we bring her on, let me just, give our audience a little bit of just a little, I'll try to do a little bit about who our guest is this evening, right? So that, she can fill in all the gaps and all the great things about herself. So this evening we have Dr. Jacqueline Bonner Sinclair joining us. Dr. Bonner Sinclair, she is a dedicated humanitarian. She is the president and founder of Touch and Restored, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is based in Lauderhill, and that is located in the Tamarack, Florida area, if anyone's familiar with Florida. She has committed herself to supporting battered women and abused children. So her organization supports those individuals, battered women and abused children. Dr. Bonner Sinclair, she is a native of Jamaica, and she served in the Jamaica Defense Force for 10 years, after which she retired, and then she migrated to the US, where she continued her education and earned her bachelor's degree in business administration. And she continued to doing her studies until she received her degree in pastoral psychology. So very devoted individual that we have that will be joining us this evening. Let's see here. 1 second. For some reason, I think
she's having technical difficulties.
Some technical issues.
For a chance to come back on. While we're waiting, let's take another break. All right.
Yeah.
While we're waiting, because something is going on with her stuff.
Caught in the web of what they said, lost in the expectations, living in hesitation. I walked in other shadows. Deep inside, a fire burned, a whisper turned to a roar. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. Someone you couldn't be, fighting through the darkness to find the real me. No longer bound by others' rules. Let your spirit soar. With every step you take, you are stronger than before. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. Within, beacon of light, I'll always be. Living in truth, walking in victory. I am free, yes I am free. From the shadows to the light, I am free. Walking in my truth, forever free. Living in victory, shining brightly. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. Self.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Our guest is on. Let's bring her on. Let's do that drum roll down and bring her on.
I'm gonna learn how to play the drums. So we're gonna bring on none other than Dr. Bonner Sinclair. Hey, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Wow.
I know we were having some technical
difficulties.
Yeah.
That's fine. That happens sometimes.
Well, you're here now. Yeah. So Donna gave a big introduction. She was so well done. But like we always like, to do in this show, would like for you to introduce yourself. Who is Dr. Jacqueline Sinclair?
Well, she's a God-fearing woman. That's what I can say about her. She's a God-fearing woman. love the Lord, love people, love to give, and just love everything about being me.
Tell us some more. I want to know more. Tell us more.
Okay, so as you hear, my name is Dr. Jacqueline Bonner Sinclair. I am the co-founder of Touch and Restore that dealt with battered women and abused children. I also work with kids, well, you shouldn't say kids, they're adults with autism. And I'm a woman of God.
Donna, let's
And
talk.
and a mom and grandmother and
I'm a mother. I'm an author. And what would I say? And again, I'm a giver. I'm a giver. Mother, author, wife, grandmother. Yeah. I'm not in the great yet. I'm just at the grand.
Yes, Dr. Jacqueline, your story is one of resilience and purpose, right? And I think we can all agree to that. Your book, and your whole life is about Touch and Restored. And what first ignited your passion for helping battered women and abused children? And how did that journey lead to founding Touch and Restored?
Well, my passion for helping battered women and abused children started from my own experience as an abused child, and my mother was a battered woman. And so that passion for women who seems to be stuck in abusive relationship and children who, been abused and have no way out of it, or, they're stuck into the situation because maybe of, certain things that they can't afford. Mom is unable to move along. And so sometimes the children don't belong to the person who is abusing the other person. Because in my case, it was my stepdad. So, and my mom, I'm not sure whether she couldn't, move along because she had other children. And in her own words is that who's going to take her in with those children? So she rather stay in this abusive relationship. So that's where mine stem from, to start this foundation.
So her own fear about
moving,
her security,
yeah,
made her stay in what was a terrible situation that was not secure in the first place.
For 33 years, she stayed in that relationship.
Wow.
wow.
And I'm sure that is not a unique one-off situation. That's probably so common, right?
Yes, it is. Because most women stays because of insecurity. Insecurity meaning they don't know where to go. And if they go, they're still not secure of anyone assisting them in that situation. So they go back, and so that's what that is. Most women go back into the situation because of insecurity. Insecurity, they're not even, some of them are not educated, they were depending on this person. So they decided, I might as well just stay in the abusive relationship. They're safer. I'm not sure how, but most women, when you talk to them, that's the reason for them to stay.
Donna, jump in here, Donna, and say your thoughts.
So in your experience of working with some of these women, and even because I know you've said, because your mom stayed, because she had the children, right? And do you, in your experience from the women that you've been working with, do you find that majority of these women who stay, they have children or they don't?
They do. Most of them. Most of them. Some, the ones that are not with children, are fearful for their lives.
Mm.
They're fearful the man is going to come after them. You know, they don't know where to go. Some of them coming from maybe a domestic violence background. And so they don't know anything better. They believe staying in it, it's a better way out than if the man come after them and kill them. So most of them stay because of fear. The ones who don't have children stay because of fear.
Mhm.
Wow.
You know, of course, you're from Jamaica, as we are,
Mhm.
as we are.
Right.
You know, we have 3 Jamaicans on here
Mhm.
on the screen.
Right.
You served in the Jamaican Defense Force, the JDF, right? And
Yeah.
that's a big deal. That's a big deal. How did your military service influence the way you lead and advocate for others today, especially with the work you're doing with, with Touch and Restore?
Serving in the Jamaica Defense Force taught me discipline and leadership and the importance of protection of others. I'm very protective of people, family, friends, it doesn't matter. I become very protective, especially if I fear that you are in danger. So the Jamaica Defense Force had taught me how to defend, how to protect. So that played a great part in what I do in helping others. Protection,
Discipline.
defending,
That
discipline.
discipline is a big deal, huh?
It is, yeah.
What was it like when you first joined the JDF, the Jamaican Defense Force? What was it like as a woman in
Mhm.
what was mainly a not a woman's type of environment?
No.
What was
I thought in my experience serving, I think I wouldn't call it abuse, but I think the higher ups at that time was abusive to women, stating it wasn't a woman place. This is not a job for women. It normally used to throw at you. This is not a woman position. Your position is to stay at home, clean, wash, and do stuff like that. So in that era back then, it was really hard. You had to fight to stay, even for your own security. You had to fight because for you to move along is either I need to sleep with this one, move with that one, for you to make any form of movements. So it was a rough one. Rough for when you're young and you're running from one situation to the other, because I joined the Jamaica Defense Force running from my abusive stepfather. And my reason for joining the army was I thought if I joined this army, I could just kill this man. That was my main purpose of going in the army, not
it?
knowing it will
Mhm.
shift my thoughts and my perspective of what the army is all about. That was my main reason. I didn't join it because I loved it and I wanted to go. I joined it because I figured this was a way out for my mother if I could just kill this man.
If you could
So
take
that
him
was
out.
my take him out. But then when
Wow.
I got in there, it was something else. It was something else,
Mm.
but I had to fight. And I fight because I said, I'm not going back to my abusive stepfather. I rather stay here and fight this battle for my own self. So, yeah.
When you first joined the JDF, what kind of work did you do in the JDF?
Well, before I joined it, I was just a young girl, drop out of high school. And I lied my way into the army to join the army. So I didn't have a job before. I was just running. When I got there, um, because of, I still was behind in high school. I didn't finish high school. So I work in the bank. JDF, we have our own banking system. You have your own everything. So I work in the banking system, the Jamaica Defense Force.
Mhm. So you found a civilian type job in the military is what you did.
That's what most women, that's what they do. We're all, yeah. So women don't really in Jamaica fight, go out on the road. You do all the other stuff that you would have gotten a job on the outside. That's what women does on the inside.
In a support type
So,
position.
yeah.
You know, we have some comments here. We have Lisa saying another reason why women stay in abusive situation is not having enough resources to get out of the relationship. Some women don't have any education, so
Mhm.
they stay, and some don't want to be alone. Mm, that's a big one right there.
Because they think, I'm with this person. I know this person. Every so often, yes, they slap me around, but I rather stay here. You know, maybe they're getting the resources in the sense of financial in that relationship than if they leave that relationship and go outside. So they rather stay in it. I can get what I want, although, you know, I'm getting this abuse here and there. But, you know, and then again, some of them don't have anyone to influence them. As I said, it depends on the background where they're coming from. Some people are coming from already broken background, so they don't know anything better.
Mm,
So sometimes we can look at it and said, you know, there are not enough resources, but it's just saying, you know, I grew up with my mother and father. I saw my father beating my mother, so I'm going to come, I'm going to do the same thing. That's
It's the
what it is.
norm.
It's the norm for them because they grew up and see that my father used to do this to my mother, so I get a relationship, and it's always something that, you know, it's a thing that you strive on. This is what my dad do. My brother come, he does that to his girl, and so me, it's nothing. Because sometimes when you talk to them, they tell you, my dad used to do that. I don't know any better. So they just take up somebody else that they thought, you know, emulate their father, and they stays in it until it
and
gets too bad.
and if you're the woman on the receiving end, and you've always seen this with your dad, your brothers doing it, then you start to believe this is the way it
This is
is.
the way it is.
Mhm.
This is
Mm,
the way it is. So it's in that capacity, it's very hard to convince them because they'll run for the first time, they run again for the second time, but they always going back. They're going back to their own comfort zone that they're used to. This is what I'm used to. I can't strive out here. I'm not used to this life. You know, so sometimes it's a hard place to help someone who only know that.
mm,
It's very hard.
yeah, yeah. And we're here to say that this is not the way it is.
Not the way.
You have choices, right?
Choices.
And you can make a choice that is better for you. You
They
don't have
have to make up in their mind that they want the change. Because you could talk to them all you want. If they don't make up in their own mind that I need this change, they're going back.
and in your case, you said, I'm going into the military. I'm going to tell stories, tales, so I
I'm
can
gonna
get into the
change.
military just to escape. And that's what
Yes,
you did. So there
yes.
are all kinds of way out, right? You don't have
All
to
kind
sit.
of way out.
You don't have to sit and soak it up, right? All right, Donna,
Mhm.
let me turn it to you.
All right. So we see Dr. Bonner Sinclair. I want to say Dr. Sinclair.
You can.
So, so we see from, being in the military to artistry of culinary school and then to business and psychology. How have these diverse experiences shaped your vision and your approach to making an impact?
Culinary. Okay, so business was something, you know, when you go into high school and your teacher said what you want to do. I always want to be a businesswoman, but my passion was cooking. My grandmother was a pastry chef,
Mhm.
and um, I'm always behind her when I was a young little girl. She used to work for the Mazookas, and she used to work for the Blue Lagoon in Portland, and she owned a cottage there. So the passion from just going around with her and doing all this thing was cooking. I just love it. I would change anything and it become tasteful. So that was my passion. But business was what I always wanted to do, but my passion was for cooking. It is still passionate for me, cooking. Because everywhere I go, I want to cook. So it's still my passion. So that's where that come from, that cooking and business administration part of it.
So how has those two things, right, impacted your life and others around you? How would you say that has impacted your life
Are you saying business and the cooking?
and cooking?
So for now, even for Thanksgiving, my passion came out. I didn't have Thanksgiving for myself. I used my passion to give back on Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, I cook up a storm and I went down where the homeless people were on Thanksgiving. And that's how my Thanksgiving was spent this year. So that helps me. And anytime I'm having a function pertaining to touch and restore, I don't get anyone to do the cooking for me. I do it for myself. That saved me a whole lot from paying anybody to do anything. So that part of it helps me very much in my organization. I give back all the time with cooking. So yeah.
Nice. What a gift and a passion to have, where you can cook and you're passionate about doing it, and then actually being able to serve others by doing so. Wow.
Talking about all this food, I'm starting to feel hungry right now. So all this food. So let's change it up a little. Let's take it away from the food. I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry. But at Touch and Restored, you've spearheaded life-changing initiatives.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a video clip, and then you can talk to us through that. Okay?
Okay.
You can tell us what is going on here.
So this here is every January. So this one right here that you're showing, this clip here is our fundraiser that we have every August that we give back, to students, books, pencils, bags, and stuff like that. This is the commissioner of Tamarack that was donating a check to our foundation for back to school. Yeah, that's him there. These are some of the items that we purchase, the back to school items that we purchase and give away to students. Yeah. So this here is every January it's our anniversary. So we normally have our anniversary service that we speak empowered women and children and men and anybody. We went to Jamaica to do this in Portmore. We had a whole panel discussion, but our main speaker was us three ladies right here speaking to women that are broken. So the topic was broken to be mended.
Wow. And this is every January you put this on?
Every January. So actually January 19 is our anniversary. So it depends on The dates, as long as it is in January, that's our, and it doesn't matter the date. So we normally choose a date when it's available. Here is, we went to Jamaica. These are some items that we were giving back to battered women. These ladies and gentlemen here helped me to distribute, you know. This was a center, so we put the stuff out and we were about to. This one here is for Christmas. So what we do every Christmas, we put blankets, lotion, just name it, and we take it down to the shelter where all these ladies are, and we give them out as gift for Christmas. So every Christmas we do this donation here. This here was an award given to me for, you know, your activities in the community that, you know, we served. Here is, I'm a co-author in this book. Donna, Me and You is in this, the image in the mirror. This, I talk about my son, Richard, who was kidnapped by his dad, and my journey in finding my son in this book.
Wow. So your son was kidnapped by his dad.
Yes.
How is he now?
Which one? My son?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's doing good. He lives maybe 10 minutes from my house, so I see him every day. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's doing good. I had to sit with him, explain his journey, why he was kidnapped, you know, why his dad took him. And, you know, men do stuff for spite because of can't control. As a woman, he didn't think I should work or any stuff like that. I should stay home. That wasn't in my, not from the experience I have with my mom. That would never happen. So me, I'm always looking for greater, how I can better my life. So that was the reason why he kidnapped him. Well, basically, when I, in the Jamaica Defense Force, they send you away for training in England. So I went to England and he had to keep him. But on my return, he said I would never see him again. So that was, and then he take him out of the country. And yeah, so basically that's what it was.
So some years went by before you.
18 years.
Wow.
18
you know,
years.
When Donna introduced you, we talk about you being that resilient woman, and we're seeing why. You're showing through your journey how resilient you had to be. We commend you for that and encourage you to just stay in that place of resilience and continue to be that person.
Yes.
Because it has served you well. It
Yes,
brought
it has.
you from a home where that stepfather did whatever he did. You're running away into the military where they weren't so kind in the military, but you made it work to now you're Dr. Jacqueline Sinclair.
Yes.
What a story. What a story.
Yes. You have to keep striving, because sometimes we get complacent in doing stuff, but your mind never relaxed. Whatever you put in it, it's going to keep on turning. So, you know, sometimes we think because of our outcome or our situation, you know, we can't pass that. And so sometimes we just become relaxed and we said, you know, this happened to me and I dance with my little pity party. But you can use the brokenness and said, I am going to move from stuck to unstuck, and I'm going to keep on climbing and striving for better. How can my story be a help to somebody else?
Mm.
How can my pain help anybody else? You know, so you have to look in your own story and said, if I don't tell my story to somebody, but I can keep it in on the inside, it's not helping neither you or anybody else. But if you tell that story to somebody else, there may be somebody else who's waiting to hear somebody said, I have been here. This is what happened to me, but I move from here to there, and this is how I do it. And so that's me. I know lots of people who think I was abused, I was this, I was that, and I can't get past it. First of all, you have to forgive yourself, because sometimes we think we are the problem. Because when I was younger, I thought I was the problem. I thought I was the problem in my mother's life, why my stepfather didn't like me. I thought I was the problem. You know, what do I do? You know, and I tell myself, I'm not going to make this man. When I was 13, I said, I'm not going to make this man abuse me any longer. This is it. I run away, number one, and I went to the country to live with my grandmother. And even living with my own grandmother, I felt I was abused by her, because in her own words, I'm old. Why am I taking up, you know, a child at this age? I'm retired, living my life. So I had to fend for myself. So I moved from Kingston. That's the life I know. I was born there and went to live in the country that I know nothing about. So I learned to cut banana, plant banana, sell this, climb tree, do all kind of stuff for living. And then went to school in the country. That, you know, when you're going, I mean, I don't know, the journey was long to walk to school, but I had to do it because I had a plan that I'm not going to be stuck. I have to make it, because you have to tell yourself, sometimes you have to talk to yourself. I'm going to make it. This is what I want for me. And so when I'm 16 years old, my grandmother said, you got to go back. I don't want you here anymore. You got to go back. And so I'm saying, am I going back to this abusive house? I'm not going to do that. So I decided I'm going to join the army. And that's what I did. I was abused. I was raped at the age when I went back to Kingston. So I said, I used to blame my grandmother. I said, if you had let me stay here, this would have never happened to me. But I went back, and at the time I didn't have anywhere else to go but to go back to the abusive house. And he said, you're not staying in my house. You got to get out. So he threw me out at about 2 a.m. in the morning. And I ended up at my friend's house. And my friend brother said, well, you're at my house. You can't just sleep here for that free. Mm-mm. So, you know, and that was another turning point in my life again. So, but I didn't make that hold me back, because I still telling myself, I'm going to make it. So sometimes you have to speak life into your own life. So I speak life into my life. And so I can tell people now, I tell young girls, I speak to them all the time. You know, this doesn't, you know, hinder you from being who you want to be, from becoming whatever you want to become. It's your mindset. You have to change the mindset. Yes, I'm hurting on the inside. Yes, I don't have anybody to talk to. Yes, 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 yes. But you can talk to you and say, this is what I want for me, and change that narrative of your own life. So, you know, we can change, you know, the narrative.
Well, a testimony we're having here today, you're watching in the spotlight, and we're having conversation with Dr. Jacqueline Bonner Sinclair.
Unfiltered conversation.
And she's laying it all on the table, not because she wants to tell it, but because she wants to share it so it can support others in their stories. So I really appreciate you doing that. You have a book, you talk about the anthology, but you also have another book. And when we come back, we want you to share and tell us what is in that book and how people can get a copy of it. So let's take a quick break, then we'll come back and we'll do just that, talk about the book.
Yes.
A trail is written of hearts that strive. Through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron, with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. Faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears, becoming iron through trials and fears. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Becoming iron rose where he belongs. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong, shining in the night. And the tales will fold and the battles new. Convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They becoming iron in the endless fight. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. And the tales of old and the battles new. Convictions like season through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They become iron in the endless fight. They become iron in the endless fight. And the tales of old and the battles new. Convictions like season through.
Talking about becoming iron. It's not just about men, is it? We're talking about tales of courage and conviction.
Yes.
And that's what you're sharing us tonight. Now you have a book out, and I'm going to bring it on the screen, all right? And then you can talk to us. Tell us about your book.
Okay. So this book, it's called A Child's Cry. The Pain of Searching for Love. This book is my own story. It is not fiction. This is a true story. After carrying pain for so many years and without answers, it takes me a while. When I started it, I had to, break for a year because it was so much. And I think at this point is when I was really releasing the true pain that I was carrying since I was a little girl. This book is a result of many tears and prayers. It was born out of empathy for victim of rape, abuse, rejection, heartache, grief, and abandonment. It is intended to encourage, inspire individual to have live a challenging life. Sometimes we think our lives are not important to us. Sometimes we think the pain that we carry, it's too heavy for us to release. Sometimes we think that because we were never loved, I was never loved as a child. And we seek love in other places, things, or in different fashions. But in Romans 8:28, God takes what is broken and restored into new and beautiful creation. And so sometimes we have to speak to our own lives about the pain that we carry. Sometimes we have to say, I got to let it go, because when you don't let it go, it filters over into something else. It filters over into relationships. It filters over into if you have a child, because you don't know how to let go of the pain. And so I sat down and I spoke to myself, because in many years I thought I had carried the pain over into my daughter's life. And it was affecting me. It was affecting her and was affecting me. And I remember one day I said, I don't know what is it. And this child looked so much like me. But because I was raped, she is my raped child. And I used to carry it. It was like a backpack on your back. And so every time I would look at her, I would remember my ordeal as a child being raped. And I had no option. I think I did have an option, because I didn't know how to tell anyone what happened to me. So,
Right.
and everybody thought I was just a bad child and I wanted to, had sex and just have a child out of wedlock. Nobody has ever asked me what happened. And so I carried that for years. And so even when I had her, I loved my daughter, but I just didn't know how to show her love. And so I had to do therapy. 5 years, I had to do therapy just to let go of the pain, to let go of the heartache, let go of the abandonment, let go of all the things that you carry, the weight that you walk around with. So, writing this book after my 5 years of doing therapy, I could have wrote this book. And so this book is to help others who feel like, I can't make it. I can't let go, because you can let go, but you have to ask forgiveness for yourself first to let go. So when you let go, then that pain dissolve. Just keep it, just like water parting. And you said, okay, I can walk through this Red Sea now. So sometimes it's the letting go is the part that we have, the forgiveness. Because if we don't forgive ourselves, we'll walk around with it all the time, just thinking,
Wow.
I can't let go, I can never forgive. And not only that, 2 years ago, because after it happened, I never spoke to her father again. She knew him because it was my friend brother who did it to me. But I just didn't find it in my heart to forgive him. And 2 years ago, I happened to see him at my daughter's house. And when I walk in, she said, my dad is here. And I said, well, I'll talk with you. And I turn around. I drove off, and then the Lord said, you still have not forgiven this man. And I turned my car around, went back to the house, sat down, and had a conversation with him. You know what he said? I was acting, when he saw me, I behaved like I was a big woman, but he didn't know my age. And he was a young boy in himself, not knowing, that was just something that he thinks. But at that moment, I felt a pull from my heart. That's when I forgave that man 2 years ago. And so even although I'm saying, the Lord, that I forgive, I let go, until you come face to face with that forgiveness and the person who you want to forgive, never happened. It's there because there's always going to be something that trigger that feelings, and it's going to come back. So you have never forgiven the person. So that's when, it's 2 years ago, I really, really let go and forgive this man.
Wow.
And so if I see him now, I can still say hi and just keep on going because I forgive him from my heart now.
I want to ask you something to follow up with that, Jackie. I'm sorry, Doctor.
That's fine. Jackie's
my apologies. First off, I want to commend you for sharing this evening. I definitely want to commend you for that. So you spoke about the relationship that you had with your daughter because of this situation, this incident that happened to you as a young child, right? Yeah. And then it took you so many years and you had to go through therapy and all of that. Now, when 2 years ago, when you had this conversation with him, did that moment and that time, did something also trigger in you to where you had a different relationship with your daughter?
Yes, because that was my letting go point. Because I tried everything, love her, but there was just something that was not connecting. And sometimes we don't realize that there is, we call it a niche. That is, it's like a wire, 2-wire, electrical wire. So when you touch it, it ignites. So we're always igniting, but we didn't know the real cause of the ignition. So that ignition, after that conversation, it was like touching it and nothing was coming after that. So I realized I never forgave this man. I talk about it. I said I forgive him. But deep down, if something happens, not to me, just something that would trigger that same inner feelings, that same pain with somebody else. Because if somebody else tell me a story and it have anything to do with rape, that thing used to have a hold on me. So that's how I know I never forgave him. I never forgave him. And so even dealing with abuse and battered and all the other stuff in my foundation 2 years ago was when I realized I can actually talk to individual and it doesn't affect me, because that was when I forgave this man.
So until 2 years ago, even seeing other people go through this, you internalized it.
Internalize.
You're taking it on like it's your own.
It's like my own. I was carrying it. I would come home and I would cry. And then I didn't know what it was until I said, because it was just like an ignition. And so even then, the relationship between me and my daughter changed. We are like this now, like mommy this, mommy that. If
Right.
I don't see her for normally, if she called, she called. I know
Was
she's
there
my
ever
grandmother.
was there ever a time you find yourself blaming her, your daughter, back then?
No, I never used to blame her, but I used to think things that I was hoping for at a young age that should have happened to me never happened because of this pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe my mom, she never shared anything. She never talked about her abusive relationship. She never talked about my dad. My dad was never in my life. In my book, I call him a sperm donor. I know him. I talk to him. When I get to this country, he was already living here a long time. He filed for my other sister, my older sister, and he would say because of my complexion, my dad is an eye color man, my mother is a dark woman, but he would say I was never his child. And so when I learned, he was never on my birth certificate, it was just my mother's name. And so coming to this country, and when I was getting my citizenship 25 years ago, they said, why your dad is not on your birth? I said, I don't know him. I don't have a father. And the lady looked in the system. She said, I deferred that. And I said, what do you mean? She said, well, I am going to send you to this address, to this person, because in my system, your name is listed as his child. I said, who's that? And so it's the same man who said I was never his child. He had listed me when he comes to this country as his child.
Oh, wow.
And so for me to get my citizenship, I had to do a DNA test when I was 30. So at the age of 30, I had to do a DNA test. And the lady said, the only way I give you this citizenship if when it comes back, it's saying he is not your father. Not only that, after we did it, we are 99.9 whatever. Not only that, we have the same blood type. Out of all his children, I'm the only one with him that have the same blood type. So sometimes God turn your situation, that what you think, you lost,
Wow.
Now, I mean, every now and again, he would call me. He said he don't like how I treat him. I said, I don't understand, because now he wants me at his age of 80. Now he wants me, he's 81. Now he wants me to be in his life. And I'm saying, at my age, I don't know you as 60 years. I don't know you as any father.
So maybe no, he need you. That's
I think.
That's probably where that one is.
I said at 60, you want me to just jump up and say, you're my dad. I don't know you like that. But I also forgave him because I had to had a conversation with him also. And he would tell me that's his mother's fault. It's like, well, I don't know how that worked, but hey,
Wow.
So yeah.
Powerful. Dr. Sinclair, do you have your book with you?
Yes.
Can you turn to a page and just read a quick paragraph, something that you think will serve us well, be beneficial for us? Just real quick. Just a small passage, short passage.
Okay. So I wrote this to any young woman. It's from me to you. It's in the back of the book. And it said, you have fought 1,000 battles, but you're still standing. You have cried 1,000 tears, but you're still smiling. You have been broken, betrayed, abandoned, and rejected, but you are still walking proud. You smile, you laugh, and I'm glad you live without fear. You are beautiful inside and out. You are humble and hard at work, and I love you. Psalms 118:14 said, "The Lord is my strength and my song, and he has become my salvation." The battle is not yours, it is the Lord. Your circumstance may bring darkness into your world, but as long as God is speaking to your spirit, when your spirit will have the light that will shun darkness around you. When the light shines, darkness will flee. So in spite of what is happening in your 5 sense realm, you can know in your mind that is God is with you and you can be strong.
All right. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have what we call, final thoughts. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back. You're watching A Collision with Purpose in the Spotlight, where nothing is left on the table. And Dr. Donna, you will agree that nothing is left on the table tonight. It's all
Absolutely.
Dr. Laxley leading the way, above the air. Dr. Laxley, all kind of tales to tell, unearthing secrets where the truth dwells. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's case, navigating the depths of wisdom's maze. Knowledge unfolds in its embrace. We stay with Dr. Laxley leading the way. Through the annals of time, we walk and learn. Each fact a treasure at every turn. Dr. Stephenson's voice, calm and profound. When questions need answers, insights are found. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's days. Navigating the depths of wisdom's laws in ears refined. In the world of wisdom, where thoughts entwine. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's days. Navigating the depths of wisdom's laws in ears refined. With Dr. Laxley, lead away. So raise a toast to those who inspire. With Dr. Laxley, we never tire.
Now, I think the ending of that song is fitting. Let us raise a toast to those who inspire. And tonight, we've been inspired by Dr. Jacqueline Sinclair. So let's raise a toast. Let's get a glass wherever you. Let's raise a toast to.
Water cup.
Let's raise whatever you got. Let's raise a toast. All right. So welcome back. Welcome back to In the Spotlight, the home of raw, unfiltered, whatever you call it, information, where nothing is left on the table. Our guest is Dr. Jacqueline Sinclair. I see she's having some technical difficulties, but Dr. Sinclair, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not seeing you that well. Donna, can you see her?
No, I'm not. Her screen is, I can hear her voice, but her screen is frozen.
Yeah, we'll work with what we have. The voice is is key right here. So
I'm seeing all two of you though. Good, including myself.
right, but we're not. But that's okay. Okay, so Dr. Sinclair.
Yes.
As we're getting ready to draw down on the program tonight, is there anything that we didn't ask you that you'd like to add? Anything else that you want to share with us and our audience?
My vision for my foundation, I want to establish a safe housing and support service. I'm working and how I can get a house. So, you know, sometimes these young ladies who need somewhere to go because
Uh-oh,
Mm.
we lost her.
Yeah, we lost her there, huh? Let's give her a minute to come back on. But Donna, what a story.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Yeah. It's you know, it's very, her story is very inspiring, but it also definitely um shows us so many different perspective of domestic violence in different capacities, right?
Mhm.
Because she's expressed her mom going through domestic abuse, growing up in that situation, and herself um,
Mhm.
being abused. But then the 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 thing now that's really really powerful here is her experience from being violated and then having a child from that violation. Now
Mm.
you're having to raise a life from something that traumatic that happened to you. And it really goes to show us that there's so many, you know, you see someone and you hear people's story, but there can be so many different facets, right, of their life and what their life experience have been, you know, and you
Mm.
just never know, right? And how many women who are probably just like what she shared with us. You've gone through all these things, and you know you may have been raped, and then you have a child that you've had to, you know, raise from this trauma that happened to you, and no one knows about it. And there's so many other different things that you're dealing with.
And let's not forget her son been kidnapped
And her son was kidnapped.
so many years.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I see Lisa Richmond is saying my story is somewhat similar to hers.
Yeah. But you know what is interesting? All these individuals who inflicted this pain on her, she knew them.
Yeah.
They're not strangers in her life.
Hmm.
What is that saying?
And oftentimes,
Mhm.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, that's what happened. The people that you know and you trust, you know,
Mm.
whether it's a child or a parent trusting an individual with your child. Oftentimes, when you hear some of these stories, it's always individuals who they're close to home,
Not that far away, right?
not that far
Well,
away.
you know, a big takeaway from me from her story is look what she went through, look what she experienced, but look where she is now.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
that's the lesson in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she never let it go. She never say I'm done. She never quit. She always searching for a way to get out of there.
Yeah.
Always trying to escape, to run away, whatever it is, a way to find herself. And boy, did she.
Yeah. She's a true example of using your trauma. I'm going to say life traumas
Mhm.
and really turning that around into something positive and something great.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm not sure if she's going to come back, but I know we are running out of time. We will probably have to bring her on another time. But I just want to say something about gratitude before we go. That, and I'm sure in Dr. Sinclair's life, there's so much gratitude there. And you know, when you move to a place of gratitude, right, you tend to shift from dwelling on what is missing to
Mhm.
celebrating what is present. And I believe she did a lot of that. She looked at where she was strong, what she could do, what she was capable of doing. And what you'll find that as you make this shift to what is present, that it brings you so much peace, joy, and a deeper sense of who you are, of contentment. And when I'm talking about gratitude, I'm not talking about saying thank you. What I'm saying it's more of a mindset that you take on that enriches your relationships. It strengthens, how you feel within, and it brings meaning to your life. Gratitude tends to teach us that life's true value isn't in what we own, but in the love, connections, and experiences we share. So, as I listen to Dr. Sinclair share her story, I just have this sense of gratitude
Mhm.
about my life.
Mhm.
Just what she went through, what she experienced. I don't know if most of us would have endured.
Mm-mm.
Right?
Most of us would not be on the side where she's on now.
So, and because of her story, I am so thankful and grateful for my life. Yes, there are challenges, but nowhere close to what she experienced.
Mhm.
Nowhere close. So, living with gratitude means, planting joy in every moment, just enjoying what you have in your life, even when things are difficult and challenging, right? You
Yeah.
still have to be thankful and let it lead you. Let it change how you see the world and how the world sees you. And that's what she did, and she did it so well. She did it so well. So I'm gonna drop a challenge for anyone who will watch this program, whether it's right now or on a replay. Take a moment to reflect, appreciate, and feel grateful. And you'll find that you will discover so much more to celebrate than you'll ever realize. With that said, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Oh my gosh. I want to say, I know we lost her, but I want to say thank you so much for being with us this Monday evening, Dr. Sinclair. Your message that you have shared, we commend you. We definitely commend you for sharing with us. And we definitely will continue to uplift you to continue your journey of doing the work that you're doing to impact the lives that you're impacting. But to our audience, I would like to say thank you for joining us this Monday evening. We do appreciate your time. We are very humbled and grateful that you chose us to spend your Monday evening with. We hope that something that you heard on our show this evening will inspire you or motivate you or just help you to get through a hump if you're going through a difficult time, knowing that you're not alone. But do have a wonderful rest of the week. Please stay safe. This is the holiday season, so definitely stay safe out there. Be vigilant in your going and coming, because we know, this season, can get to be a little bit hectic, right? But we will see you on Thursday as well for Bridging Generations, same time, 7:30 p.m. And of course, we have our Wednesday show as well, 12 noon, correct? We have our Wednesday show as well. So until then, please do have a wonderful remainder of the week and go out and do something kind for someone that you do not know, a total stranger.
Right, we're out.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth, cause I know to whom I belong. I am bold for Christ, Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing.